Hello and welcome to another episode of The Other Side of Sales. I'm Kasey Jones.
And I'm Ashleigh Early.
Well, it's been a while since we talked to all you guys and gals. I hate saying that, sorry. People. I'm getting
Folk.
better at that. Um, a lot has happened and we kind of need to bring you up to speed. So, Ashleigh, why don't you kick us off?
Well, we kind of mentioned this in our last episode, and you can tell those of you who are watching the video, I'm in a new room because I've moved to Europe. So, um, yeah. So we talked about this in the last episode, but we are settled in Leiden. We have our little house. It's delightful. It's on a tiny little canal. Like our fourth week here, it got unseasonably cold, and I got to go like skating on a canal, which apparently hasn't happened in this area in like a decade. It's a huge adjustment. I learned that if you go to a gas station here and ask for gas, they will give you natural gas, not petrol or gasoline like we use. That was a fun little nuance of language we figured out. Lots of stories like that, but it's incredible. We're so happy to be here. It has been a road, to put it mildly. I knew it would be hard, and it still was hard in ways I didn't expect. And it's been so much more rewarding in ways I didn't expect. So if you are in Europe, shout out to all my friends in the Shenzhen area. And okay, we'll include the Brits, even though they're not in the EU anymore. But I'm still trying to build out my EU network. So if you're here, if you know people who are here, please connect me up. LinkedIn, Twitter. You guys should hopefully know how to find me. But this has been so amazing. And anyone who has a chance to live abroad, even during COVID, do it. So worth it. And Kasey,
Awesome.
and Kasey, I want to throw it back to you because you've had a lot of change in the past couple of months, but more to the point, your change has been more building over like half a year, and we haven't really talked about it much.
No, yeah, it's been an evolution, and you all know that 2020 was while it was a challenge for all of us, I had some unexpected things, dog attack and all the rest. But as I have said before, there is nothing like a near-death experience to get you more focused on what you really want to be doing in life. And so I kind of had my aha after that I really wanted to change my business. And so the last 6 months, especially, has been this pretty intense, really difficult, really rewarding, similar to literally everything Ashleigh just said about her move to Europe. Hard in ways I didn't expect, rewarding in ways I didn't expect. I did not get to skate on a canal. But yeah, my business I've completely changed my business. So at the start of 2020, I was running an agency, a marketing agency for early stage startups. So working with lots of founders, working with lots of sales teams. And I really realized that I'm not really very good at running an agency, and I really kind of hate it. And so 2020 was this big kind of adventure of me figuring out really what I wanted to do and where I wanted to focus. And as I have peeled back the layers of myself, my strengths, and really kind of my passion and my purpose, I've gotten really focused on helping entrepreneurs and kind of business leaders, as I'm putting it, own their whole story, right? Own who they truly are, tap into what makes them different, what makes them special, what makes them unique, in order to turn kind of past struggles into professional strengths and grow their business or develop their careers. And so I've transformed my business into a coaching business where I coach entrepreneurs and business leaders on getting their minds right, recognizing the things that holds them back, and so that they can kind of step into their power and start to build a life and a career that matches the vision that they have, and sometimes haven't been willing to admit to anybody else that they have. And it's been remarkably rewarding, but it also means that I have to start kind of taking my own advice and getting more focused on what's getting me closer to my vision. And the big thing, that is relevant to everybody listening, is that that's meant that I've needed to recognize that I'm not the best fit for other side of sales anymore. Because my focus isn't the sales world. I still love salespeople and I still support you all. But my focus is really working with entrepreneurs and working on this kind of thought leadership and personal and professional growth side of things. And so I will obviously still, Ashleigh is one of my nearest and dearest and one of my like legit ride or dies, even if we won't be in a room together for God knows how long.
Just to give you guys context, the way this conversation went down, we both knew this was coming. I think we both resisted it probably about 3 weeks longer than we should have. We kind of avoided the conversation. When it was finally time to happen, the first thing was me saying, absolutely. Yep. Not surprised. Let's make that happen. Let's make sure you're building your business. But then the second question was, can we please still have weekly calls? Because I miss you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's also, it's like, the other side of sales is still my baby. I'm just passing well, that makes it sound harsh, passing my baby off to somebody else. I don't know but like,
the baby's evolving. And the baby's
evolving.
Yeah, the baby's evolving. And that's kind of part of this too, is talking through like, this is not Kasey's like deuces and she's out.
No.
Like the phrase I've started using, and I don't know if you'll agree with this or not, but I like the idea of like going full. And this is funny because I actually really hate the person who uses this phrase. I think she's annoying. Conscious uncoupling with co-parenting.
Yeah.
Like you're still going to be around. I'm still going to be pinging you. You're going to hold me accountable. All that stuff that Kasey is now doing for her job.
Yeah.
I'm basically guinea pig for a lot of this content in some cases, because she's helping me own my power and make sure I, hold me accountable to the goal. And that's the thing. The goal has not changed.
But you know what? In some ways, the goal has broadened. The vision for the other side of sales has gotten about 10 times bigger than it was when we first started, because we have a much better understanding. I mean, 2020 impacted us in so many ways, and especially around these topics of diversity, equity, inclusion, of elevating all voices and all stories. And it's been fascinating because along the way we've realized that there's more work to be done, there's more stories to be told, and there is room to build a much bigger platform for other side of sales and the community that it serves. And so, I mean, Ashleigh, you have to share all of the things that you've been working on and all of this like absolutely ridiculously exciting and inspiring stuff that is in the works, that you all need to stay tuned for.
No, this is insane. So if you're doing the math in your head, you're like, wow, the mission's broadened and Kasey's leaving. What is Ashleigh doing? Okay, so let's be clear here. Kasey's stepping back. We're super excited to watch where she's going. We're super excited for what's next with the other side of sales. Let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. Those of you who know our origin story know that part of the story that happened was when I was thinking, maybe we should have a podcast. I should do a podcast because I'm sick of all these podcasts run by people who don't look like me. The next thought in my head was, oh dear God, I'm not doing this on my own. And that's where Kasey came in. So when Kasey was leaving, the next thought I had was, oh dear God, I'm not doing this on my own, especially with this new, bigger kind of problem that we've now uncovered. And now I chase problems for a living. And once I've got a problem in my teeth, I'm not letting it go. I'm not done with this. We are nowhere near done with this. So what's going to happen is we're bringing on new co-hosts. Emphasis on that's there. So we have 3 new co-hosts that are going to be announced in the coming weeks that are going to be joining us intermittently. It's going to start out as me and one of the new co-hosts. Eventually, once you guys have met and gotten to know all of them, they'll be just co-hosts on certain episodes. You won't necessarily hear me every week. but we've got a lot of stuff coming. We've got 3, we've got at least 2 more we're looking for. But what I'm really excited about with these co-hosts is we're really eating our own dog food as it is. Kasey's been helping with these efforts as well. We've been very conscious about who we're picking, who we're inviting. And we've had several discussions with people who've said no, and it wasn't a good fit. But the biggest thing we're looking for is we're looking for people who are bringing a unique perspective. So everyone who is coming on as a co-host has an aspect of their identity that has made them feel like an other. Everyone has an aspect of their identity that is a minority. So we're going to be bringing in people who are not from the United States. We're going to be bringing in people who are members of the LGBTQ community, who are members of different ethnic groups and racial identities and all sorts of other things. So we're going to be getting an incredibly exciting, broad range of people. And I'm really excited about this because this is proving the point in a way that I haven't been able to in years. I haven't been in a direct hiring role since 2018. Early 2018. So it's been almost 3 years since I've been in a direct hiring role. I always ran some of the most diverse teams in the company. I know for a fact that diverse teams perform well. I am so excited to, again, in 2021, prove that you can hire incredible diverse talent with just a little bit of thought. This is not a pipeline problem. This is not I can't get good people to apply for the job problem. This is a hiring manager outlook problem. And I'm so excited to demonstrate it's absolutely an intention problem. It is absolutely an intention problem. And I'm so excited to prove that again with who we're bringing on. I think you guys will be really excited. And it's been really fun as well. I mean, even Kasey and we started talking about bringing on some co-hosts before we were even certain that Kasey was going to step away. And part of it was also the 2 of us accepting that, brutal honesty, 2 white girls cannot solve a diversity problem.
Yep.
We can't do it. And to that end, we need your help. We need you to continue to engage. Please take a look at all of the social stuff. We've been rebuilding that over the past few months. The team's working super hard on that. So we did a post every day in March for Women's History Month, highlighting the amazing women that have been on this program. We're super excited about that. We got more great things coming in April and beyond, but there's a lot of stuff coming in soon with these new co-hosts that I know you guys are just going to love. You're going to eat them up. They're amazing people. They really are. So here's what's coming next, other than the co-hosts. We're going to keep releasing new episodes every week on Thursdays. We're going to probably continue to alternate between interviews with amazing sales pros and discussions around hard topics. I literally right before this call was looking at the calendar for the next 6 weeks. Y'all are going to love this. I'm so stoked. We are going to do the state of sales again in 2021. We're probably going to look at that in the fall. If you're interested in getting involved in that, supporting or just promoting, you could always reach out to us. You can always look at the othersideofsales.com website. We are going to continue doing the Selling While webinar series. That's probably going to launch sometime over the summer, where each webinar we're highlighting a different group of underrepresented sales pros. I'm super excited. I've got plans for doing sessions on ex-military or veterans, selling as a mother or even a single mother, selling as a father, selling as every identity that we can come from. And we want more ideas. So if you've got ideas, if you've got a group you want to hear from, reach out and tell us. And of course, you're still going to get these episodes. In addition, in April, you guys are going to get some mini episodes meeting our new co-hosts, and we're going to do some fun stuff with the lightning round that we've been doing the past years, become a bit of fun. So stay tuned for those who might see some mini-sodes dropping on some Sundays. But that's just part of it. We're also in talks with some incredible brands who share our values, share our vision to create some collaborative content over the next 6 months. It's just a lot. It is super exciting. I cannot thank everyone who has stuck with us these past almost 2 years. I cannot thank Kasey enough for coming on this journey with me and for being such an incredible friend and peer and role model and supporter and all of that stuff. And this is going to be crazy and insane. And I'm terrified and I'm excited and all of the things.
Look, I think this is also, this is a really good reminder for everyone listening that sometimes when you care really deeply about things, being willing to kind of pause is one of the best things you can do to then seriously launch forward. And I know we often think that we can't do that. And like, we took a pause. We took 4 months.
Yeah.
And while
4 months away from recording.
Yeah, 4 months away from recording. But like Ashleigh moved to another continent, like a ton of things have changed. And I think we sometimes forget that we can do that, and that's kind of how the magic happens, so to speak. And, Ashleigh, thank you for sending me that text message. It was it was a little over 2 years ago. Being like,
January.
hey, random idea. Do you want to start a podcast? And it's just, it is so far has been an amazing ride. I'm honored to be a part of it, honored to be your friend, honored to be, I don't know, in your orbit, and very, very grateful for this experience and for you.
So, and just so we're clear too, Kasey isn't going anywhere immediately. We've got a few canned episodes. You'll keep hearing her pop up occasionally. I'm sure we'll convince her to come back and tell us all what she's been up to. Maybe share some founders and mindset lessons. Maybe we'll just make you the resident guru who pops in and fixes our mindsets every 6 months.
Let's call me something else, but okay. Yes.
Yes.
But
yes, definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, that's the thing. It's life evolves, things evolve, and I couldn't be more excited to see everything that is about to roll out with Other Side of Sales. I think everyone's going to be really amazed and inspired and excited. So stay tuned.
All right. And with that, please do make sure to come find us on social. We'll pop all the links in the show notes. We've relaunched our Instagram, we've relaunched our Twitter, and we've relaunched our LinkedIn. Lots of good stuff on there. That's where you can get all the details about all the stuff coming up in the next few weeks. And with that, thank you for listening to another episode of The Other Side of Sales, and we will see you next week.